Welcome to County Market, from market to table. I'm Kathy Willis, County Market's only scratch baker, and with me I have Sam McGurty, who is manager of seafood department.
So today we're going to start off real simple. We got a couple real quick things, real easy things. It's the end of the summer. We're just going to finish it real light, real refreshing. We got a tropical salsa that's going to go over some tilapia, real simple. We're just going to bake the tilapia off, and then we got some homemade crab cakes. Again, real simple, throw it together real quick. Very light, very easy.
That
really
sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So we'll go ahead and get started. While this is heating up for the crab cakes, again, just a little bit of oil in your pan.
Okay.
We're going to let that get nice and hot before we drop them in. We'll go ahead and make the salsa. The salsa, just tropical salsa, mangoes, red pepper, a whole tomato, like a 1/4 tablespoon of salt, an 1/8 tablespoon, just real light pepper, some fresh cilantro, and a little bit of olive oil. That's all we got with the tropical salsa. Very simple. So again, we had 1 tomato, fresh out in the produce.
Oh yeah, the tomatoes are starting to come in.
Right now they're so good. 1 red pepper, and very, very simple. Again, right out in the produce, hard to beat. The mangoes, I have 2 medium-sized mangoes. Make sure they're fresh. They're kind of hard to get fresh. But if you get the right mango, phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal
it's unbelievable.
Stuff. Correct. And then I'm going to go just a little bit of olive oil on this. I just kind of wing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you want, you can throw some fresh cilantro in there. Probably should have diced it up, but we're just going to take it. We're going to break it up real fine. Just kind of pull it apart. And also, you put some white wine vinegar in this, like a 1/4 tablespoon of white wine vinegar is really just add some acidity to the whole dish. And that's going to be it. Again, just a little salt and pepper. I don't even know if I can get this open. My hand's wet now. So just a little bit of acidity to it, and that, like you said, that's it.
Wow.
Very, very simple.
Simple, yeah.
But it's nice and colorful. This is going to go right over top of our tilapia, which our tilapia, all we did, we put in the oven for like 5 minutes. You know, 5-10 minutes until it became nice and flaky, and that was what we had. So this is our salsa right here, just like that. We whipped that up in 5 minutes. That's how easy it was. Super easy to do. Now we got our screaming hot pan.
Yeah, we do.
That's probably a little too hot.
Yeah.
But we're gonna roll with it. Our crab cakes.
I turned it way down as far as I can get it.
That'll do. We got our crab cakes here.
So what's in your crab cakes?
Our crab cakes was just a pound of crab cakes, 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs.
Okay.
2 egg yolks beaten with, I beat the egg yolks with like a tablespoon of olive oil. That was it. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and some dried mustard.
Oh, all right.
Again, very, very simple. We just kind of patted them out. We're going to drop them in here. Now these are only, the crab meat's already cooked, so these are going to take like 5 minutes. Basically all we're trying to do is brown these up.
Brown, okay.
Because you got the crab meat's already, everything's already cooked in here, you know what I mean? So we're just frying them up, get a nice brown to them. And again, that's very simple. We just mix it up in a bowl. Crab meat, breadcrumbs, a little melted butter, salt, pepper, and some dried mustard, 2 egg yolks. Very simple.
Nice.
Very easy. You got family coming over.
Yeah.
Or it's the end of the summer. This is so easy to make. It's so light.
Yeah.
And
what's nice is you can see already, I mean, you can see all the nice lumps of crab meat in there.
Right.
I mean, that's what's great.
It's so easy.
And there's not a lot of filler.
So while these are going, again, we had our tilapia. The tilapia, fresh out of the seafood, I used fresh tilapia. We put it in the oven. It was like 5 minutes in the oven. That was it. Tilapia cooks really fast. Once it turns white, nice flaky, that's how you know it's done. But real quick, real simple, and hard to beat there. So I'll go. Yeah, those are awesome. I'm gonna dress this up.
All right.
You're flipping those. But this salsa right here, we're just gonna drop right over top the tilapias.
Oh, nice.
Add some nice color to it. I mean, if you wanted, you could throw that back in the oven, but I would like the salsa cold myself. That's how I would finish it off.
Yeah.
And you can even finish this off with chips. You can eat it with chips. You could just make the salsa however you would like. You don't have to put it over the fish or nothing. Pretty good.
Yep.
Not looking too bad. Finishing up. Yeah, there we go. All right. So these are just about done. Again, real quick. It's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. We're just browning them up, getting them some nice color. As you can see, they've soaked up this oil pretty good.
Yeah.
They're real nice though, holding together. That's about all I got, really. I mean, it's really simple, really quick, super light, super easy, good end of the summer. You know, the kids are back in school or whatever, you're just trying to throw something together real quick. And this is good, it's healthy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard to
very
beat,
nice.
So I'm just gonna let these finish up. I mean,
Okay.
if you wanted to go ahead and
All right.
get started on yours while these are finishing up, you probably could do that.
All right. All right, well then I'll go ahead and while that's finishing up, I'll go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna make today is a baked cheesecake. And I thought we'd go with a plain type of cheesecake so we can use some of this wonderful fruit that's still available and just great. We can top our cheesecake with some of the wonderful strawberries.
Strawberries are awesome.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, too.
And the peaches, my favorite. Blueberries and red raspberries. These are all available and sort of still in their peak part of the season. I'd hate to start seeing them go. All right, well, you know, thinking about a cheesecake, I think, oh, I'm not sure I really want to do this. Well, this recipe actually makes it very simple. To start, we're going to put a bottom crust in our pan. So we're going to use a 9 by 13 inch pan. And the bottom crust is a crescent roll. Now you can buy the crescent rolls that separate and then put them all together. Or this is a dough sheet, which just makes it easier. You can lay the whole sheet down in the pan. So I have to make sure I get this started here. I hope I hope other people have a problem getting it started too. See what I mean? There we go, finally.
Once you get it started, though, you're good to go, huh?
Oh, I guess. So now you can either just press it, or, you know, when I was a kid, we just banged it against the side of the counter. And tell you the truth, I banged it against the side of my table this morning. So this is going to actually, this is actually a little bit warm, which is why it's been out. But it'll just unroll. And coat the bottom of our pan. So this is actually, even though I have a little bit of a tear here, this is actually much easier than trying to paste in the rectangle squares with the crescent rolls. So now, because for whatever reason, I have this little bit extra roll at the end. And you know, I don't really want it to get too thick. Here, let me move these out of the way. So, just going to trim it a little bit so we don't have a lot of thickness, and we have the cheesecake that's actually going up the sides instead of the dough. There we go. All right, so now we can set this aside while we make our filling. All right, and for our filling, what we need are 3 packages of the 8-ounce cream cheese. And have it softened. And you saw my crescent rolls were softened, so I'm sure my cream cheese is softened also. I'll let you open that one up.
All right. Now we're talking.
Might as well put you to work.
That's what I'm saying.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to, I'm actually going to want to beat this up till it's nice and smooth before I start adding all my other ingredients. And to this, all I'm going to add is 1 cup of sugar, 5 eggs, and 8 ounces, an 8-ounce carton of sour cream. And that's going to be our filling.
That's really
and also
simple.
A little bit of vanilla.
Very, very simple.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to start with adding my sugar and get that beaten in. So that's 1 cup of sugar. And boy, I'll tell you, it's worth taking that cream cheese out early enough and letting it get softened very nicely.
It definitely needs to be soft. That's huge.
Yeah, it just works.
So easy.
Yep. All right, so now I'm going to add my eggs. And get a couple going and so, like I said earlier, what's really nice about this, it's a nice, plain, easy cheesecake, and it's endless with the kind of fillings you can put on it. Or just leave it and plain.
Cheesecake's one of those things too. A lot of people don't want to make. They don't want to mess it up.
Right.
It's
yeah.
It sounds so easy, but this recipe actually makes it simple. This
Right.
is a good recipe.
Exactly.
It's actually easy to do, and it's very simple.
Yeah. Yeah. down a little bit. Now I just want to add our sour cream. And go ahead and get this beat up. And before I forget to add it, I want to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So that's like 3 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. So that's our tablespoon of vanilla. While we're finishing getting the sour cream incorporated, and that is our filling. So now we'll take our pan that already has the crescent roll base, and we're going to just pour the mixture into that. Now, you can have your oven preheated to 350 degrees, and this is going to bake for about 45 minutes. And you really don't want to go over, but you want to make sure that it is totally set. So I'm just going to even it out. And this is actually going to rise some. There we go. So this will just go into that oven and bake it for 45 minutes. Now, when you're, you also, well, actually, I just want to show you. You also, one of the things that I did was I made, instead of a 9x13, I made 2 8x8 pans. And one of them I drizzled on just plain cinnamon. Maybe not that much, but it was actually wonderful. So I'm going to do cinnamon on part of this one. And the taste is incredible with the cinnamon. And it really doesn't need any additional toppings on it. But as I said, one of the things with this year, and where the fruit is just so plentiful, and we can slice up our peaches, just add maybe a tablespoon or so of sugar to them, and let them sit for a while, and you have this nice softened peaches. And here's some examples of the cake. Now you can tell this one is actually sort of baked a little bit longer than I wanted it to. But the cheesecake is still wonderful. You don't want it quite that brown. And then, like I said, if you want some with just cinnamon on it, you can do that also. But one of the things that I want to show you are the red raspberries. Now, I actually took the red raspberries, added about a quarter cup or a little less of water to them, and brought them to a slight, to a light boil, let's say. And then what I did was add about a third of a cup of sugar and 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Cornstarch is a wonderful thing. It actually, lets the fruit color come through, and the taste is wonderful. You really
that
can't tell.
That looks amazing. Those red raspberries look awesome.
Yeah.
And that took you 5 minutes, maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe.
You know.
And then the other, another one that I did, and I did this one maybe a little firmer. And if you like it softer, like the red raspberry, you can certainly do that. But this is the blueberry base that I cooked up in the same way. I just added, for a whole pint of those blueberries, I added about a quarter cup of water, and then about a half a cup of sugar and like 2 tablespoons. But when you're decorating your cheesecakes, you can do it with either kind, and I think it actually we'll set some up, see what they're like. And then the strawberries. Now these have been sitting. They're just plain strawberries. They haven't been cooked or anything, but nice fresh strawberries. And I did sprinkle a little bit of sugar on them to help them sort of sit and macerate in them, and that helps to also make a nice juice. And I'm losing. So, all right. So those are our 4 kinds of toppings that I had talked about.
The toppings they're endless. You can put any kind of topping you want on cheesecake.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything, from fruit to caramel, chocolate.
Right. Absolutely.
Whatever you want. But these fruits right now, you can't beat the fruits right
yeah.
now. They're
And
so good.
Yeah, and the fresh fruit, I'll tell you, there's no beating it. So, how about a nice red raspberry one?
How about it? Sounds pretty good to me.
All right, let's just do that real quick. So we'll take a piece of the cheesecake, and you can see, in that 9 by 13 pan, it's close to an inch in depth. If you have a 9-inch pan and you want a nice, deep one, that's fine. You can manage this any way you'd like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to drizzle on the red raspberry. I'm going to make a little bit over the sides. And then, of course, you have to top it. And that's our loaded cheesecake.
Looks amazing to me. Looks amazing to me. So.
All right. So it looks like our light and easy summer dinner, again, with our just pan-fried tilapia or baked?
It was baked. You
Baked.
can pan fry it. I think bacon, it's easier. It's just so simple. You just throw it in the oven.
Okay. And that
The
tropical salsa looks wonderful.
It's so colorful. It's really easy. It's very light. It's quick to make.
Yeah.
And along with the crab cakes, very light,
Crab
simple,
cakes
easy.
look wonderful.
It's a good dinner. And then you can't beat the dessert we're having with it.
Thank you. Well, our baked cheesecake, either with a little bit of cinnamon, plain, or start to make up any type of toppings you'd like with a variety of fresh fruits. And even like the mango.
The
mango would be wonderful on it too. So this will end our program today. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time at the market.